Alright, I think it's the 21st or 22nd of May. I'm going to show you what I did this year with the bricks. So my apartment goes up there. So this is to the right of my apartment. The sun is setting this way. So what I got in here, some things are going to be weeds for now until I see them grow, and then I'll let them go. So these are like sunflower. I got an orange one, a yellow one. They'll be 5 to 7 feet tall, and then I got a mammoth ones in here that are supposed to go 8 to 12 feet tall and the size of a dinner plate. I had to do this a few times. I'm trying to keep a cat out of it. I'm trying to use essential oils. I started with orange essential oil. That didn't work. I started spraying neem oil real heavy. That seemed to work. Then on the other end, you're going to see, now that the cat's gone after a week, looks like I got a dog. Wait till you see what I got going over there. So sunflowers, then delphiniums. And again, I reseeded it twice because it ripped it all up. So we got to see if it's going to happen. So all the sunflowers, delphinium, and then I think I got lavender and rosemary. Okay, so in this box, and just to give you an idea what the boxes look like. Now they're not exactly perfect. I just wanted to lay them in there quickly. Nobody should be jumping around on them or anything like that, but I did them a pretty decent job. And again, the same thing over here. The only thing different in here is this gladiolus came up from last year. The other one didn't come up in that box yet. So that's cool. Let's see, now over here, let me give you a wide view first. The sun is setting, so I don't know if you can see. I'm having trouble seeing. I'll show you the design up close and what I got going on there. Alright, and then over here, I'll show you that until I walk over there so you get an idea. Alright, so over here, other things might actually come up from last year, so I don't know, but I have organic non-GMO Roma tomatoes and red bell peppers that I had bought last spring, ate it, and then planted the seeds, and that's what I used last year. And it's what I've been using indoors and outdoors. So tomatoes, red bell peppers, and then something came up already. It's either Brussels sprouts or these long silvery eggplants. I got the seed packet, so I'm going to show you all what it is. So that will be all in this big guy here. These will be wildflowers again. The sunflowers I put along the edge again, and then in there's going to be like wildflower mixes. Let's see if you can see the boxes. Wildflower mixes and Echinacea. What are those things called? Poppies. Like these are some kind of poppies there. And I have the whole thing done the same. What's those things? Sweet Williams, daisies. I'll show you the packets in a moment. But just to get you an idea of the corner over there and everything in there will be that. Here's some gladiolus that came up. I bought that from the store. This is a Snapdragon. I bought that and planted it 3 or 4 days ago. And while I'm on this section here, we got like cantaloupe and honeydew, watermelon and pumpkin running here, down that way. It's probably about 8 feet long. I know it's small, but I'm going to do it anyway and see what happens. And then as it bends around, more wildflowers. Those are from last year. Those are called blanket flowers. And then over here, believe it or not, this is from last year. I had a whole bunch of them, but it got too hot. And it's probably getting too hot now. We had really cold and cool weather, but now we're up to 75 and it's supposed to be 90 heading into the end of May. So I had done, well, there's cucumbers here and cucumbers here. And then I had spinaches and different lettuces. But the weather has changed. First we had a freeze, which I wasn't expecting. The first week of May we got total freezing, like 28 degrees overnight for like 3 to 4 hours, and snow. So I didn't see anything coming up, so I reseeded again. This time I said if the lettuces and spinaches come up, then good. If not, I transferred it over. What did I transfer it over? I did more cucumbers just in case, and then I did more of the eggplants and the Brussels sprouts. But this guy is new, so that's a good sign for that. Now this is incredible because this guy was about what I showed the other one just now throughout the whole summer and the whole winter. And then all of a sudden it grew and it came back. The whole winter and everything, this thing made it through. And it's growing and growing, but I can tell that even in 70 to 75 degrees when I come out, the sprinklers aren't turned on yet. So it starts to not wilt, but it looks like it shrinks, and then it goes back and expands. So I might rip that out in a day or two and see what happens and just eat it. That's like a super red romaine lettuce in there. That guy in the back is a a lupine. I'll show you that more. And then over here, this side to redo 3 times because of the cat. He finally stopped coming over here. But there's like carrots trying to come up. There's gonna be onions, 2 different kinds of radishes, and then I think sage and oregano in this box. See the essential oil over there? I was spraying the whole thing. Then I did the neem oil, and the neem oil I think worked. And that's another lupine. Now I'm not sure. I planted wild lupine seeds and then ones that I bought. Now you see how these are doing this? I don't know why they're doing that, if it's natural or not. In the wild, I've never seen them do that. And my other plant that's really healthy doesn't do that. So I tried to give it a little water, even though they usually don't need hardly any water at all. So let me know if you know anything about that. It's still kind of a juvenile. Over here, what do I got over here? Maybe rosemary and lavender, or rosemary and sage. I can't remember because I had to do this one again because cat wanted there. The whole time last year I didn't have any of these brick things. No cats. Now I put these things in. I guess they think it's a litter box. So yeah, and by the way, when I say let me know about cats, not like mouse traps or, you know, old school blowguns or something like that. Like something that could just keep them away without, you know, them getting harmed. All right, so some snapdragons that I grew and then replanted. Well, they're actually gonna bloom at that little level. Sometimes they bloom small like that. Sometimes they grow real high. These are forget-me-nots and forget-me-nots. And again here, a mixture of wildflower low cuts and high cuts and Shasta daisies and stuff like that. Okay, so this is interesting. These guys lasted again through the winter, but they didn't grow as wild and full like you'll see in the other section. And these little guys here I think are like little wildflowers. I know there was like Sweet Williams, forget-me-nots and stuff like that. Now, here's the thing. These things were like really small last year and they didn't have these. So now after about 2 weeks, they had these. Now I see this one over here turning red with some kind of tiny little flowers or something in it. I have no idea what it is. But they made it all through the winter and everything. They don't take hardly any water at all. And I have one in my house that I'm having trouble growing. But these have grown tremendously out here. And you can see that lupine died. I don't know if they sprayed it with a pesticide or a weed killer, and that's why it died, but it just completely died, that lupine. And this blueberry bush barely does anything compared to the 2 big ones upstairs. But I'm really wanting to know what these guys are, or what they're gonna be. They're really neat. Yeah, I think they hit it with weed killer because I see this on the ground and it looks like yellow. The clovers are all dead. I told them don't spray any chemicals or pesticides around here. Well, I mean, it's an apartment, but I told them how I handle it with the neem oil and stuff. Here, you can get a better look at the angle here. And if you saw it last year, things that might come up here are like marigolds. I did replant some marigolds and giant marigolds, but like cosmos and zinnia, I let seed out a little bit, so they might come up on their own. Okay, so across the way, here's some beautiful lupine, although I see somebody put some gook on it. Ugh, man. And as you can see, these leaves are a lot nicer, and these should be about 1 foot tall, as you'll see on my other one, and they smell. Let me see if these ones smell. They're not really smelling yet. They have almost like a herby smell now, but they'll smell like grape candy or something soon. And I think I counted 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at least here. So they'll look tremendous. They reseed themselves. Every one of those will turn into a seed pod, and I'll collect them and or leave them. And the plant will grow back every year. Over here, some wildflower mix. The little kid that just moved in here scrunched down on the beautiful, what is it called, Snapdragon. So it looks like it might come back. We'll see. If not, there could be wildflowers. Okay, so over here, I built this 3, if you can see the 3. Okay, so here I put in Snapdragons here, and you can notice the different colored bricks. They ran out of the red kind, which I'm glad, because this looks really nice against that color. So here's some more store-bought. They were only like, a 4-pack was like $3.40 at Walmart, and they should grow big. And then I got some wildflower stuff in between it there, and I'll show you what the wildflower looks like. So here is again some really nice looking lupine. It doesn't get any sun on this area, anywhere from like 2 to 3 hours tops. So here is some of the wildflower mix under there, and under here, and here. Had to do this like 3 times. Looked like a cat was digging in there, or somebody was messing around, and it was a snapdragon that somebody stomped out. So I did a whole bunch of mixes in there, so whatever comes up, comes up. We'll see. Looks nice though. Yeah, there's a shot of the mountain, if you've never seen it. So out front here, a tree snapped, and it's been desolate, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna make it look decent. Now something's starting to dig in here, and it's weird because it doesn't dig like a cat or a dog. It's just like a paw print here and a paw print there, and so now I don't know what's gonna happen in here. And there's some huge ants that like to hang out in here all of a sudden. But again, I planted those. Now there are gonna be some different kind of sunflowers in here, and they're really massive ones. Once they start growing, I'll stake them with little things, and then I'll stake them with giant ones. You can see the breeze here. It's about 10 miles an hour right now, maybe 12, but it can get up to 75 to 50 miles an hour here, like constant. It's pretty pathetic. And then there's some wildflowers which are growing really quick again. Let's see in here and there. So this is the one side of the entryway that overlooks the mountain as I come in and out. Okay, so here's the other side of the driveway. I'll give you a shot over there. So there's the driveway, and there's the mountain, and then here's the plants, and the same thing in here. Now I don't normally do this, but there hasn't been any planes in the sky for about a week, like 0 planes, maybe 1 or 2 regular planes. But now let me just show you again. I'm just going to tell you that this is not natural, and I just want to show you real quickly here. Yeah, you might not be able to see it, but you know, they're just, you see how close together they are? Anyway, there's 4 of them, 5 of them, like boom, 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 boom. They call it nowadays geoengineering to help the radiation and the heat for global warming. I think there's a lot more to it than that. But again, they start it and stop it and start it and stop it. Okay, so this is to the left of my going up my stairs, and this is what I had over on the other side last year, like as well, these rocks, big river rocks and stuff like that, outlining it. I'll show you the whole view. And then so what I did this year, just had to redo this because of the freeze. After 3 weeks I didn't see anything, so I redid, I don't know, violas, Shasta daisies, and a few other things in here. These are growing good. The snapdragons, they were seeded. I had snapdragons on my balcony upstairs, and they had dropped seeds and started growing about 2 years ago, and they grow fully. Wait, I'm going to show you something in a minute. So here's another one down here, little guys. 2 of the 3 gladiolas came up back up, so that's good. And then in there I have some more of the, you know, mixed flower stuff that are low grow, because these guys can get really tall, and this guy gets about 5-6 feet. If you notice, you'll see the clover. I think that's what that stuff is. This kind of stuff right here, clover stuff, I think. I keep that for now, and sometimes I keep it the whole time. I don't mind it, like green like that. It keeps it green where it's not mulchy. I don't mind it. Other weeds that look like they're gonna choke things up and get in the way, I will cut them or pull them because they come back like, you know, wildfire every second. But I leave the clover unless the landscaping guys come and trim around the edges, which they didn't, because the bees come, and you might even see some when I'm out here. So until the flowers get going and everything, the bees have something to do. And I don't mind the little white guys and stuff and the green. I like it. I like it amongst the mulch, you know what I mean? And plus the bees have something. So the guy took out one of those last, about a month ago. I came down, I was like, what the heck happened to it? It was like ripped out and cut. And I said, no, don't do that, you know, because it was a new guy. He's like, oh, okay. So I explained to the Mexican guy, you know, anything behind the rocks, don't do. Yeah, chopped top of this was chopped off. This thing was about another foot high, but as you can see, it's going to be going soon like that. Then I came out here last week, and he chopped this one down, and it was like the same as this guy right here, and they're different colors. That's what was a bummer. So now this had 2 or 3 colors in it, but that was like 2 or 3 different colors, and that was 2 or 3 different colors. And if you're not familiar with snapdragons, I'll show you upstairs. And here's a couple more that seeded and grew on their own, and then some wildflowers here are growing all through here. You probably won't be able to see them too much, but that's what they're going to be. Now over here, everything you see, by the way, besides the little guys just starting, just came up again and made it through the whole winter. So there's 3 gladioluses down there, more snapdragons. That big guy in the middle with the big ears, that is called Hollyhock. That's really cool, awesome flowers and big. And you'll see a few of them. Everything else you see that's green in here is either reseeded by itself last year or I did the whole thing. Like for instance, this guy looks like it might be a zinnia that seeded itself. And this thing here, I don't know the name of it. Could be one of those. I planted them. I know I planted them last year, but I didn't plant any of them on this side. So they must have blew and seeded. The thing next to it, the green guy on the bottom, and the green guy in the back of the big ears, they are forget-me-nots. That thing right there is a poppy. So this will be really cool. And I got sunflowers and everything growing in here. And that's one right there. And another one. And then some snaps. Sorry, I'm moving fast. And then all in the back there will be sunflowers and everything. So give you an idea what it looks like from this angle. Wait till you see when it starts growing. And then over here, these snaps, they're starting to bloom. The white ones over there. I think these will be yellows and oranges. They expanded to that guy over there, and they expanded in the back, so I have to cut that bush back a little bit. There'll be little low growth stuff in there. See the white and the little violas in there, and I put delphiniums down there as well, so hopefully they'll grow. I also put poppies along the back there. And then over here, there's everything you see here has grown from last year. It just made its way. It's getting bigger and bigger and greener, so that's cool. So these actually made it through the whole winter. They flowered the whole winter, like almost like in suspended animation. I still don't know what this is. I thought it was going to be a blanket flower, like I'll show you in a minute. But it might be some kind of giant dandelion thing. Either way, it's going to flower, and it looks pretty dang cool. So it's going to stay. And more snaps and everything that are going to go. Gladiolus made it up. When you see these are carrots from last year, so see what happens. They look like they're growing again. All that kind of stuff. This is from the dog. He's only touched this. I put it up last night. It came down. They were all thrown all over the place. So we'll see. I put a few more in there. He not only just poops there, but he actually digs and buries it, which is even worse. Because now I have to dig for it and throw it out. So these are some monster poppies starting to grow here. As you can see, that guy in the back there. Look at that. That's a good healthy one. And here's a good hollyhock starting. They look like giant trumpets that are really wide. This one was peach last year and white and pink. And there's snaps growing like crazy over here. These were there last year. Anything else like in the back, the little guys and tons of little guys over there, they're all new. They started growing on their own. This is blanket flower. So, oh, you know what? Maybe it is. Maybe it is the same. I'll see in a few days, I guess. The little yellow ones, I don't know. They weren't here last year. They might be a weed flower or something, but they're cool. And this carrot's healthy. Look at how big this carrot got after the winter. And these little guys here, they blew, and they started growing everywhere. And then I planted more carrots. There's some more herbs in there. Look at the cilantro that made it through the winter. Was little and tiny. I watered the heck out of it. Look how big it is now, the cilantro. These white guys, maybe Sweet Williams. The other white guys, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I can't remember what they were called, but they're growing back like crazy. And here, Lupine. See how it's like a giant corn on the cob thing? And I got another one. I'm hoping I get like one that has 4 or 5 over on this side. And just some more gladioluses. 5 of them grew back over here. The blue little guys are forget-me-nots. Forget-me-nots. And again, this is just a quick thing just to show you before everything starts growing. And some more snapdragons. Started off with spinach, but again, the freeze and then the heat. So if it grows, it grows. If not, I replanted tons of flower stuff in there as well. Something's already coming up. That could be a spinach. I don't know what that is. And I'll show you a little view over here. And there's delphinium and sunflowers in the back and a couple other ones. I'll show you the packet, but give you an idea what it looks like. And it's late, so the sun's going down. Let's see if I can get out of the way there. So I'm really happy what came back already and how it looks. Here's some of my seed mixes. My neighbor's coming, so I might have to shut this off. But here's the Everwild almost everything is non-GMO and organic. So here's Brussels sprouts. Oh, hold on. Okay, so over here I got this long purple eggplant. I get these all on Walmart.com. I didn't put any celery down here. I have it upstairs. And large leaf basil. And the cilantro. And again, these all have grown really well. Parsley, dill I have down here in the garden grew amazing last year. And then here's the different cucumbers. There. Sorry about this. It's just really hard to do all this, but I wanted to give you an idea what I use, and that way all I have to do is do the flowers next time around. And then these kind of cukes and these. And I got a lot of this growing in my house. And then I was surprised with the radishes. They were single. I thought radishes come in giant clumps, and they like colder weather as well. But I haven't been having success growing them indoors. Onions, and the reason it seems is like you have to plant them 1 to 2 inches in the ground, but and then sage, they keep growing out of the ground and real skinny. It's pretty weird. And then carrots. As you can tell, the wind's kicking up. So there's a different company here as well. Sustainable Seed Company, True Leaf Market, organic, non-GMO as well. But mostly it's that Everwild. And this is pumpkin, cantaloupe, honeydew, and watermelon. Alright, so there's the super red romaine lettuce. There's the spinach, the other lettuce, and the black seed lettuce. I have had 2 good successes over the year indoors with lettuce, and the other 3 or 4 attempts, they never work out right. I'm going to show you briefly what I mean. But if they grow down here, they grow. If not, like I said, I reseeded different things down there. But I'm going to redo these in pots as well and see if they come up. Okay, in case they blow away. So this is what I said with wildflower. That's what I'm talking about there. Alright, and then over here, the Mammoth Sunflower. Let's see if I can get that. 8 to 12 feet tall. And then these are beautiful. Wait till you see these. They don't actually look like that. They have bronzy and yellow in them with the brown and orange. Oh, they're awesome. Okay, it's getting kind of windy out here. So there's the lavender. That's what delphinium looks like. It looks almost like a lupine, but it will be gigantic and it will have different leaf structure and everything. But they're cool. And then these Canterbury Bells, I'll show you them because I have a plant that I bought that has already blossomed. All these white things in here are reseeds from fruit, from veggies from last year. So I used a lot of these and whatever I had left in the package as well. Tons. Look at. I'm going to show you. So these are all the marigold seeds. I mean, I can't plant all of them. Can you even see it? I don't know. Tons of them. Okay, so here's Echinacea. I never knew what it looked like. I saw it in the store. I said I'll buy that. I think my bird's coming by to feed. I wanted to get that on video because he's a stellar jay. This is blanket flower. A stellar jay, and he or she is so amazing. This is cosmos. If you've never seen cosmos, they can grow 5 to 6 feet tall as well. Here is another 6 feet tall, regular kind of sunflower. And these are dwarfs that I bought this year. Never had them before. And here's the Rosemary and Sage, 2 to 3 feet tall. Baby Mantis molted a couple days ago. So if you have any ideas about radish, you see what I mean? They're growing up and out of the ground, and I put them like 2 inches down this time, and they keep growing up and out. I'm gonna do my indoor gardening on another video. Okay, so here's what I get with the lettuce sometimes. I get this. I keep it outside, or it's been really cool in my house, and I keep it on the ground level, you know, with the lights. But this is what happens sometimes, and I'm not 100% sure why. All right. So if you know, let me know. And then here's the bells, the Canterbury Bells. Oh, excuse me, that's a lie. These aren't Canterbury Bells, but they look like this. These are foxglove, which is also down in the garden in seeds. This is what foxglove looks like in the second year. That's what it looks like in the first year. I'll show you one. So they grow like this. Again, they have this kind of structure, like a lot of these flowers do. Hummingbirds and bumblebees love these things, apparently. And they say they'll come back every year, but they're not like snapdragons. Like when this dies, if I clip it, it doesn't grow a new one. So just leave it, and it seed pods, and it'll either pod itself, or you can collect them and plant them somewhere else. They do say at the end of the year, though, like this giant stem here, to cut it down at the base where the leaves start, and then next year it will regrow again. So they're really cool looking, and I don't have any smell to them. I don't smell them, but they're really nice, and hopefully a hummingbird will come around. Since I said it on the video, these are my blueberries here, and you can see the difference, how big and beautiful they are. Okay, so that's a foxglove, what it looks like when whiteflies don't eat it to pieces, and aphids, which are all over them again, don't do anything. Oh no, whitefly. Oh nope, aphid. Alright, so that's what it looks like, and that's pumpkin. Here's a foxglove I started last year, about a year and 3 months ago. It grew that second stuff on the bottom. It'd been beat down to crap. The leaves had almost hardly any leaves on it. I can't go too close to it because there are probably mantises on it. But it finally got to this level. White flies, neem oil, all kinds of horrible things. And it finally is like looking like this. It looks bizarre because it doesn't look like the other foxgloves outside. And the stem is really strange and bent. Grew flowers on the bottom and then these. So we'll see. Alright, so a little longer, but I wanted to show you that. So when I do the rest of the videos, here's like from the top down. And you can see over there. So when I do the rest of the videos, there'll be updates, like a full garden update will be hopefully under 10 minutes or less, and then when certain flowers come up and everything, I'll do that 1 or 2 individual stuff, you know, in short videos. This is just a whole overview and all the different things I used. And it looks pretty cool from up top when everything's blooming and everything. Alright, lots of love to you all. Bye-bye.